just a moment. Very seasoned fighters, and New England Fights, I will attest to, has had some really great women's mixed martial arts fights over the years.
Yeah, but, there's not many women that are interested in fighting MMA. And so when you do get fighters, even at the amateur level, usually, they're pretty serious. Yeah. Like, they don't just do this for a hobby. So whenever you get two female MMA fighters that have a winning record, usually it's going to be a pretty competitive fight.
Spelled native of Ontario, Canada. This is her first time fighting in the New England Fights cage. On her first two fights back in 2015 via unanimous decisions.
So, Brianna fought in 2015.
Yeah, so her debut fight was back in 2015. She won a unanimous decision victory over at the Ontario Regional. Then she won again back in 2015. Didn't compete again until April of this past year, which she did lose a unanimous decision.
And this is her first fight back. That's interesting because MMA is an evolving sport. It's fighting back in 2015 and then fighting almost 9 years later. The sport evolves, the athlete evolves, and like the meta of how people fight really changes too. I do think that she fought back in April, and it says she took some time off before fighting again to where she's fighting now. She probably did make some adjustments, so it'll be interesting to see if she can apply those tonight.
Now for our only women's bout.
Brianna, the other girl, fought
This is a bantamweight bout.
September last year.
The blue corner.
Okay, so she hasn't fought for a year, but that also could be because it's difficult.
With 2 wins and 1 loss, fighting out of Woodstock, Ontario, Canada, ladies and gentlemen, Brianna Spelt. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She comes to us representing the Academy with an undefeated record. Fighting out of Portland, Maine. Let's give it up for Brianna Power.
Well, if looks could kill, Brianna Power might have just murdered her opponent.
Stone cold killer eyes right there.
Okay, it reminds me a little bit of the look, a little bit more passionate than what you saw from Rose Namajunas when she would go in. She almost had like almost a dead-eye look.
Yeah.
When Namajunas fought.
Laser vision, locked in. Here we go. We got round 1 here for these females. Seemed like they didn't want to touch gloves. 3.
This girl wants to take it to the ground bad.
Spelt wearing the blue trunks, the black top, predominantly red here for Power.
Little overhand right there for Brianna. Looking for the single leg. Has her up against the cage. Seems like they're both comfortable. Oh, big slam. Oh, is she out?
All over just like that. Another quick finish. Spelt seems to be a little out of it too.
Wow. That was a hard slam.
Well, the stone cold killer look of the face of Brianna Power, we can kind of understand why. Determined, didn't want to touch gloves, and she just went out there and just dominated in the first round. Well, if you did go to the bathroom or you maybe took a second to breathe or blink, you missed 2 very resounding knockouts. That one finished in 31 seconds.
Yeah, 2 quick fights in a row. Brianna Power got her against the cage and kind of went for a high crotch slam.
Yeah. And she's emoting a little bit, maybe a little slight smile now. Good show of respect between these two fighters. The only women's fight on the card was a pretty emphatic win for one of the great names in mixed martial arts. Give me the last name, Power. Brianna Power.
Oh, God.
Well, we now send it over to Tom LeClaire for the announcement.